তথ্য সমৃদ্ধ প্রেজেন্টেশন প্রদানের জন্য। সুধীবৃন্দ, এবার বিশেষ অতিথি বক্তব্য প্রদান পর্ব। May I have the honor of inviting our distinguished guest, Ms. Emmanuel Apriox, Deputy Representative, UNICEF Bangladesh, to deliver her valuable speech.
Honorable Minister of Education, Dr. Milon, honorable guests, Mr. Balik, Secretary from Secondary and Higher Education Division, Mr. Hussain, the Secretary from the Ministry of Information and Communication Technology, and our honorable Chair, Dr. Amanullah, Vice Chancellor of National University. Distinguished colleagues, guests, there are many of you I can see in the room, partners and colleagues. Assalamu alaikum and a very good morning. It's a pleasure to be here today for the opening of this important workshop. As somebody who's just recently arrived in Bangladesh, this is my third week in Bangladesh. This is the very first event I am attending officially on behalf of UNICEF. And it is a great pleasure to be in particular participating in an event that has discussions on issues that are so close to UNICEF's heart, but also to my heart, because I'm an education professional by background. I'm particularly appreciative of the opportunity to listen, to learn, and to exchange more ideas and views in relation to how we best empower young people for the future. The workshop marks an important step in the partnership between National University and UNICEF, and I'm very pleased to be part of this journey with you. If I could begin with a reflection. So in my work across many different countries, I have worked in over 15 countries with UNICEF. It's been a great privilege of my career to work with education ministers and education systems in different regions and different parts of the world. I continue to hear many young people who have worked incredibly hard to complete their education, often overcoming significant challenges along the way. Yet, despite their determination, despite their achievements, many of them share a similar concern: uncertainty about what comes next. Here in Bangladesh, although I've only been here for just a month, I am starting to hear similar views expressed from young people. Young graduates who have done everything expected of them. They have studied hard, they have earned degrees, they have made their families proud, and yet they still find themselves asking the question, what opportunities lie ahead? How do I translate all of my education into meaningful work and a secure future? I believe it is not just an individual concern, but it is a concern for all of us working in the education sector and beyond the education sector. It is a systemic challenge, and it's one that brings us here today in this workshop. So as all of you will know far better than I do, while access to higher education has expanded significantly in Bangladesh, there continues to be a significant challenge in the transition. In UNICEF, we call this the transition from learning to earning. And this is a transition we face across many countries. In my own country, I come from Canada. In my own country, in Canada, it is a significant challenge that we continue to work against across our entire education system, and which involves multiple ministries. It is not enough for the Ministry of Education alone to be engaged in this enterprise. It requires work across multiple sectors. At UNICEF, our mission is to make sure that not only that young people learn, but they are actually equipped with the skills to thrive. As was shown in the presentation just before my remarks, it is very clear the focus in terms of the importance of these soft skills, of the digital skills, of the competencies and the capacities of young people in order to succeed for themselves, to succeed for their families, and to succeed for their communities. Through UNICEF's work, we have a global initiative called the Generation Unlimited Initiative. We're working with different governments, including the government of Bangladesh, to connect young people to skills and to provide them with opportunities and pathways from education into being active participants in society. Every young person should be equipped with the skills, the confidence, and the opportunities to be able to succeed in the future. In Bangladesh, the vision has been powerfully reflected in the partnership that UNICEF enjoys with the National University, and which was launched, I understand, in August of 2025, so just under a year ago. I would like to really congratulate National University for having such a vast network and reaching the majority of tertiary students across Bangladesh. Many come from rural and underserved communities, and the National University plays a critical role in shaping the country's future workforce. The specific issue at hand today is the introduction of ICT as a mandatory course for undergraduate students. And I believe this is a first step of many as we work together in improving the capacities and the opportunities for those studying through the National University's courses and system. What I would like to particularly encourage is a forward-looking vision. We are starting with a very exciting opportunity of one course, the ICT course, but I think the workshop is beyond just one course. My colleagues and others that I've talked to today talk about a much broader vision, that we are looking towards a 4-year comprehensive reform that integrates not only ICT and digital skills, but the broader competencies that young people need to navigate a rapidly changing world. This can be communication, critical thinking, adaptability, and resilience. Things that all of us have benefited from as adults in our professional careers, and that young people entering the workforce are increasingly required to have. If I could just reflect 3 observations from my very brief time in Bangladesh, and why would UNICEF engage in this partnership? I think for UNICEF, there's 3 key reasons why this is so important. For us, the first and a primary one is about equity. All students, regardless of where they find themselves, regardless of what lives they've had or where they study, should have access to relevant skills. And for us, that's fundamental. This is how we reduce disparities, and we ensure that opportunity is not limited just to those few that are able to take advantage. The second key driver for UNICEF in this partnership with National University is about the relevance of the education system. How do we evolve? How do we have adaptive education systems that continue to grow alongside the world of work? Curriculum can no longer be developed in isolation from the world of work and the economic realities that we find ourselves in. It has to have an ability to be applied in real-life contexts. And third, I think for UNICEF, in this partnership with National University and with others, it's really about scale and sustainability. And National University, through its extensive reach to so many students across the country, serves as an amazing entry point to be able to reach so many students with the skills and the type of opportunities that we've discussed through the previous presentation. Distinguished guests, I would like to emphasize that none of this can be achieved alone. While UNICEF is here on the podium today, we are one small partner of many others who are joining today, many of you who are active directly working with students and university programs in order to take forward this agenda. I really would like to commend and appreciate the leadership of the Minister and the Ministry of Education in spending the time and the effort to engage in the conversation. I would like to commend the effort of our colleague from the ICT division and for the National University for translating an idea into a concrete deliverable within the program. To everybody that will be joining the course, there's many of you sitting upstairs, many of you downstairs in the audience. Your role in designing the course is critical, because the skills are not enough just to be learned and then to be shelved, from my personal opinion. We need to apply these skills, and we apply them through participating and contributing to workshops such as this. So I would encourage your active contribution, sharing your ideas, and being able to demonstrate why it's so important to come together in an event such as this. As I start my journey in Bangladesh, as I said, this is my first month in the country. I look forward to continuing to work very closely with the partners that are here today and to supporting the government of Bangladesh in its efforts. We're very proud to support this initiative, and I would like to thank Dhanobad to everybody. Thank you very much.